week I'll show you an avenue, but this week find an avenue.
Oh, well, that way, yeah. You know, and the essence of teaching is to get the student excited about the subject and explore it on his own.
Right.
This is the essence of teaching. You know?
Well, remember what went on between us in a way? In other words, because I felt that in order to motivate yourself further, you should discover things yourself. Right. And it's the same way with a student. If you give him too much, you take his motivation away because he hasn't discovered anything.
Oh, true. Right? This is the knack of a good teacher. The pulse is to know when to feed in and when to draw back to a student. And I'll never forget the visit when you came down to my home in Louisiana, and I waited for you for 3 years. I hadn't seen you in 3 years, and told musicians in town, I said, well, Bill's coming down. Boy, am I going to learn this week. And you came down and spent a week with me, and I said, Bill, show me those changes, harmonics, you know? And this went on for 3 days, and you didn't move from the couch to show me. And about the 4th day, I said, Bill, will you please show me, you know? And you walked over to the piano and say, well, if you really want, I don't want to deprive you of the pleasure of finding this out for yourself, and for that reason, I'm not going to show you a thing. And if you sit at the keyboard and get into it yourself, it'll be a marvelous experience. But if I can show you in 2 minutes what I've done. And I think you're right, because 8 years ago when we were together, you did show me some changes when we were at Berkshire together. Yeah. And you showed me some changes, and I'm using those changes today.
Right.
I still use them.
Tricks or something.
And they're tricks, yeah. And I think you're so right here that I can't get the joy out of playing this as I can something I've developed myself. Sure. It's certainly an area that the jazz musician is moving into, at least he's moving into now to the public eye, is in the area of composition, composing his own tunes. And of course there's a big area here, soundtracks for television shows and movies and so on. But I think here, Bill, the jazz musician is mostly concerned with building a framework for himself, too. He likes to develop his own tunes as vehicles to improvise. Mm-hmm. And I know you with your trio have been playing a lot of your tunes that you've composed. I know very much we'd all like to hear some of your tunes. Maybe you could just play the tune rather than improvise. You just play the framework, in other words, in which you work using these tunes.
All right. Well, I suppose I do 2 or 3 of them, say very early, which is kind of a waltz, pretty kind of waltz, and I'll do that and then go into a tune I call Time Remembered, which we use as a vehicle also with the trio. And from that I'll go into another theme that I call My Bells.
Yeah. Okay? Yeah, My Bells.